Let's look at how to troubleshoot a garbage disposal problem. When you go to your garbage disposal to turn on the switch, it simply doesn't work. Here's how to troubleshoot it. First, flip the garbage disposal switch to the on position and listen to what the disposer does. It will do probably one of two things. It will do nothing at all, no hum, no noise, nothing out of it, or the disposer will hum but it won't spin. Go back to the switch, switch the switch off. And then we're going to try to determine what caused the disposer to stop working before we continue fixing it. So the first thing we do is we look down into the disposal hole. Now make sure that the disposer switch is off when you're looking into this hole. And if you find any debris or anything in the hole, in the disposer itself, make sure you pull out this debris and set it aside for later use. We're going to need some tools when we repair this disposer, and the basic tool is the jam buster wrench that came with the disposal itself. You can, if you don't have one of these, you can pick it up at the home center. I don't have one, so I used a standard Allen wrench, quarter-inch hex Allen wrench, and I used a 110-volt light bulb to troubleshoot electrical problems. Now, if the disposal doesn't spin or anything, there can be two breakers that are tripped. There's a breaker on the disposer itself, or there's a breaker at the main circuit panel in your home that could be tripped. To begin this repair procedure, first make sure the switch is turned off. Look at the bottom of your disposer and locate the little red reset button. Make sure the disposer is switched off and push this reset button. If this breaker, the disposer breaker, is tripped, you'll hear a definite click when you reset this button, which means you've probably found your problem. Turn the disposer on. If it spins, you've corrected the issue. Flush it, turn it off, and you're essentially done from here. If nothing happens, still no noise, no spin, no hum, then you probably got a tripped circuit breaker at the main panel. The disposer plugs into a switched outlet under the sink near the disposer. Most of them do this. Unplug the disposer from that outlet and plug in your test lamp. Test lamp should be off because the disposer switch has been switched off. Then go up to the disposer switch and flip it on. If you've got power to the disposer itself, the light bulb should come on. If the light bulb doesn't come on, go out to your circuit breaker panel, figure out which circuit breaker is tripped, and reset it. This topic is covered under a different video. Then make sure that the disposer is turned off at the switch, and go back and plug the disposer back in. Now, if the light bulb lit and everything's okay, you may have a burnt out disposer. So it'll have to be replaced if that's the case. So we're going to troubleshoot the hum issue from now on. Flip the power switch to off. Make sure the power switch is flipped off. The main tool that you're going to need to dislodge any debris is the jam buster nut wrench. I didn't have a jam buster wrench, so I'm using a standard quarter-inch hex wrench. On the bottom of the disposal is a hex receptacle. What you want to do is stick the hex wrench or the jam buster wrench into this receptacle and then twist this wrench back and forth to make sure the disposer turns freely, and that you can just take this wrench and flip it around with a finger or two. So that the thing should spin freely. Now make sure your power switch is off, because if the power switch is on and you dislodge it, this thing's going to spin. Then before we do anything, remove the wrench from the disposal. Then you go up to the power switch again and flip it on. If you've cleared the debris and everything out and the jam out of the disposer, it should run just fine. Flush it out for several minutes. Make sure that it spins freely. You may even want to switch it on and off. And then turn it off, and you're done, and your disposal system should be good to go till the next jam.